All right. So, let me get up here. When we last left off, you guys had done a massive escape from Stonehell. The whole time kidnapping one of the Hobgoblins to come with you. And you basically you'd run afoul of some orcs as well. You were being chased. You ran into some frogs. Oakenshield almost got eaten and taken away. Giant toads.
I was just fine.
They can feast on anything that's dwarf size and below, and they took advantage of that. And and you guys basically had just crested up to the top of the pit, basically, to get down into Stonehell. It's 8:50 at night, and you guys are kind of exhausted. Some of you guys have temporary hit point damage because you've been exhausted and you're kind of pushing on. That's where you're at. Let me pull up the map, and then we'll go from there. All right, so boop. That's generally where you guys are.
So I know a few of us were looking pretty green around the gills after puking up the contents or non-contents of our stomachs after excessive and unexpected cardio. Do we have any idea of like how far behind us the supposed orcish horde is, Ryan?
What I'll say is go ahead and make a wisdom check. Because this
also, it's just didn't Eric toss a fire flash to make him think we're still down there?
He tossed
to slow him down.
To slow him down.
It was to like block the way to follow us with fire, so we could get away to. They have to stop to put it out or something like that.
Yeah, or they'll get burned. It was kind of in a similar vein to you doing your caltrops. So, all right. So, with your wisdom check, you're figuring you could hear their echoes and everything in there because you heard them like beating the drums and stuff like that, and you're kind of taking an educated guess on their intelligence and their abilities and things like that. You probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 minutes before you think they might be able to catch up to you.
What if I toss a few oil flasks down the stairs and like just set it alight once they start getting close?
You can do that.
I would say so. Listen, we have to catch our breath.
Yeah.
Horse, if you've got those oil flasks, let's wait until we can see them cresting the stairs. Better to throw them directly on their heads and send them into a panic than waste it before we know that they're there. I really think we ought to take a minute to...
Do you guys want to go for heal in the forest?
You think we can get there without taking more damage? No, I think we should wait here for right now.
We've got the high ground right now. We really need to take advantage of it. I know more than a few of them will be able to crest the stairs at a time. We'll be able to see them coming a long way off, and we have cover here. They won't be able to attack us with their crossbows if we keep past the ledge. So keep a good watch and see if we can't catch our breath.
Okay.
And I really need a cigarette.
If that's the case, I'm going to ready my crossbow.
Crossbow is ready.
I will also ready my forge bow.
Okay.
Who needs oil flasks to just chuck when they get up here?
Hey, you might want to put one on the end of my forge bow. See if that
works. I like it.
I'm not sure I can do that, can I, Ryan?
You can theoretically attach a flask of oil to an arrow and make it a flaming arrow.
How long would that take?
I don't know, like a minute maybe, just to tie a flask on there. That's not too difficult.
And
Toss me
how
the
much
flag.
of a detriment would it be for him to fire it?
It'd be a -1 penalty. It's a little awkward to shoot, but yeah, I'm talking. It would have the impact of a flask of oil.
Knowing me, I'm gonna miss anyway. So
Yeah, that's why you got to make it an area of effect weapon.
Yeah, here, take a flask of oil. I'm gonna just hold one. I'm just gonna sling one when they get close.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye out for them. I lobby for a 10-minute rest. But before we actually get to the resting bit, Ryan, Vance would like to incant the charm spell upon the still unconscious goblin, hoping that his defenses being down and his state of enchanted slumber will make it more likely that we can manipulate his feeble hobgoblin.
All right, let me do a little roll here. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give him like a -9 penalty. You just want to factor that in there. I would.
Okay. I will factor that in there.
I appreciate that.
So you say the sacred words and you do the sacred enchantments and the spell goes off. They're unconscious, so you're not exactly sure. You're not exactly sure if it worked or not.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling.
So, let's see. Horace, go ahead and roll a 6-sided dice for me. So it's gonna be 5 minutes plus whatever he rolls. That many minutes, before they come up.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so 7 minutes. So, anyone who had temporary damage, you recover 7 of it.
Wow, I only need 7 more minutes. But wait, I think 6 more minutes.
As now the orcs are basically coming up the stairs. Like you can kind of you can smell them before anything else, and you can start hearing them in the clattering of weapons as they're charging up, and like, I think they went up here. Like, yeah, I think they went up here too. For the
How many are there?
Orcs. You don't know.
A lot.
Oh,
A lot.
okay.
Who speaks Orcish?
I do.
Yeah.
Why don't you try a? Oh, they totally didn't come up here. I don't see them.
Yeah, I'm up here. You went somewhere else.
All right,
Guys, I think they're down there.
As it said in a boyish voice.
all right. So in your
Hey guys.
Yeah.
your elf tries to put on their best orcish voice, like, "Hey, everybody, they're not here." in the black tongue, and you kind of throw it down there. I'm gonna go ahead and roll reaction.
You never know, man.
Okay. Like, so as they're running up, you hear in Orcish them say something like, "I think there's an elf up there." Like, it sounds like an elf. I haven't had elf in a long time.
Yeah. Sounds tasty.
Didn't mean to out you there, Ryfon.
I wouldn't have been able to tell, but his voice sounds like honey on a bright summer's morn. It fills my orcish heart.
Do orcs have hearts?
Yes, with the love that only Grumsh can know. All right, so they're coming up. So what is y'all's plan now that they're coming up?
Let's back up a little bit so the explosions don't hit us.
I think we just drop them down the hole. Like it's a spiral stair. We can probably get an okay angle on it to be able to go at least a flight or two
Why
down.
don't we just come right outside so only one or two can come out at a time?
I really think we need to stay where we are. We literally have the high ground. It's a spiral stair. We can send them cascading down the stairs if we bash them, and it's narrow enough that only one or two can come up with this at a time. Like it's literally a pit can fill with fire that they have to walk through to get to us.
Okay, January. Okay, January Kenobi.
Look, man. If the lightsaber fits.
Do you guys just chuck a bunch of oil down and light it? Is that the plan? How many flasks of oil are you using altogether?
I think I'm just going to use all 4 of my flasks.
Okay. So you've got 4
if
oil
anyone
flasks.
else wants to add to that.
I'm saying.
I guess Vance will offer his oil flask.
5 oil flasks.
Because, since I don't need oil flasks anymore for my lantern.
Oh, you know what? Just kidding. I used all mine. I'm at 0 oil flasks.
I'm going to use 2.
So that's 6 in total. I assume you hand them out amongst the group, and y'all are all just like throwing them at one time down there to have what I would call maximum effect.
Steady.
So everyone, give me a to hit roll. Really, you're just trying to hit AC 10, or 9. You're trying to hit AC 9, just a flat like hitting a target kind of thing. So use whatever range weapon you have to try to hit a flat target, and you're just trying to kind of get it, roughly where you want it.
You said all of us? Everybody?
Yeah, everyone. Because like I said, I assume everyone's just getting them handed out. There you go, Ryphon. You got one.
Finally.
I don't know what.
If you have any ranged weapons,
Vance knows what's up.
Any ranged weapon. Got it.
Yeah, just roll like your crossbow. It would be equivalent.
Yep, I just did.
Yep. So everyone but Hagurtha basically.
She's tired.
So she just basically like drops it, and it goes like straight down the middle. So it kind of goes past them. But the rest of you managed to get it like all along the stairs. So that's pretty darn good. Let me roll some damage here. In general. Boom. Okay.
Hey,
And they've got 6. All right, so you start hearing like the screams of orcs. So
Music to my ears.
Is this like chemical warfare? Are we violating clauses?
There's no Geneva Convention with orcs.
hey, Wine.
yeah.
Is it possible? As soon as I throw the oil flash to have my crossbow handy?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can't have a Geneva Convention without Geneva, so.
So you hear them like retreating back down the stairs. That chemical attack was super effective.
Good thinking, Horace. Let's take another moment to catch our breath and get the hells out of here.
That's called fire.
Do you guys want us to start walking?
Can we wait for like 6 more minutes for me to go back up to like no more
What?
Yeah, let's do a little resty rest and then go on our way.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Long enough to make everybody not at HP penalties and to catch your breath and everything else.
Okay. So y'all, wait around a couple more minutes. You don't hear anything like creeping up on you or anything at this point. You think they were full of piss and vinegar, but then once you're set on fire, you have a tendency to once 6 big flasks of oil are dumped on you and your friends and set alit, you have a tendency to reconsider your day. So they've reconsidered the day.
We should still be careful. We may have run off the rattle, but the hobgoblins are much more organized if they come after us.
Yeah, but
We'll
won't we
worry about
hear the blood-curdling screams of many orcs dying?
Not when the fire goes out. I think the orcs are allies with the hobgoblins.
Possibly, yeah.
Let's head back to our little camp and we can reassess the situation there.
Very true. Yeah, I'm getting pretty sleepy. It's past my bedtime. At 8. 8's my bedtime.
All right.
So our horses are like right here, aren't they?
Yeah, you guys camp right around where G is. And if you go inside your little room that you generally lock up is right inside there. So you guys have successfully made it back to camp. So what is the plan now?
Well,
I think we're doing bad dwarf, worse dwarf.
Nah. Let's wait.
Wait, let's check if the charm worked. Then
Vance,
What ho?
do you speak Hobgoblin?
Certainly not. The hobgoblins speak common.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
However, we should first greet our man-at-arms, the noble Heinrich.
Yep. So Heinrich.
Oh there, Heinrich.
Hey, Heinrich.
He like salutes with his spear, and he's like standing there. He's like, "Your camp's there." He did his guard duty pretty well. He says, "Top of the evening, my lords." He's like,
We come forth bearing absolute piles of coin and bonus pay and that sort of thing.
he's like, he looks over at the hobgoblin. He's like, "Ugh, why'd you bring that?"
A gift for the king.
High-level intelligence gathering. Do you know that time of war, all that sort of.
You're gonna steal its intelligence?
Well,
Is that what magic
you've
people
really,
do?
yeah, in a manner of speaking, yes, you've hit it on the head.
All right.
It no longer belongs to him, so it's mine now.
While they're like gonna interrogate and that stuff, can I look over the tablet and finally open that bag of runes?
Sure. That is not a problem. So, the tablet is that was the level 1 and level 2 spell that I showed you already. That was what was on said tablet.
Oh, what about the journal that we found?
The journal? There's a book that you
Yeah.
found. You guys haven't looked at it yet.
So
if you
what are the level 1 and level 2 spells?
Those are the two that I've already shown you, the rune ones.
Oh, okay.
Those. Yeah, I was planning on that being how you learned it, but you decided to go with the way of a god having to show up and pound it into your skull. So either way works. You know? We take high roads and low roads. If you look in the book, the book says, the book in the front has, not on the cover, but like in the first page, it says Maza the Mighty's Book of Regarded Knowledge. These pages are the total summation of my knowledge so far. Note to self, remember, one inside reveals more of the same.
Oh. Oh dear. Is that just a book full of runes?
Nope. You like
It's knowledge.
you like thumb through it and like it doesn't have anything. It literally has nothing you can read. Like you can't make out anything in it. It's all gobbledygook to you.
Ah, okay.
Is it because of is it in different language that he doesn't know, or is it just grammarly bad?
I would say that it's in a language you do not know.
Okay.
And the bag of runes, are those like for interpret runes?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's for that first level spell
Okay.
to be able to cast the bones and interpret fortunes, wail and woe kind of thing.
Alright.
Okay, so that's the stuff you're looking at so far. You guys, I guess, are getting set up for camp at night. Are you guys camping outside, like right there? Are you going inside and barricading? If you are barricading, what are you doing with your horses?
Yeah, I think we should stay out here and like do watches.
Definitely. And we got to watch the Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah.
We can tie up his legs and arm,
He's already tied up.
like really securely.
Aren't you the one who tied him up? Wouldn't you do it securely?
Well, to be fair, he was in a rush.
How about we put him in the room with that deer corpse?
Oh, we can interrogate him in the room.
How about we just keep him by us and we just like have somebody awake, like the guard or Hagurtha, like
Well, we do need to take watches, like.
yeah. But we have
Alright.
we have NPCs that can do it while we're there.
Also, Agartha is just as tired as everybody else, but she'll volunteer for a watch.
I'm thinking we take like a total of 10 hours sleep so that we all get 8 hours, and each of us do 2-hour watches. Like 5 people do 2-hour watches.
Heinrich looks around. He's like, "My lords, I've been resting here all day." He's like, "I would be more than happy to at least take 2 shifts. I could watch for 4 hours tonight and still get enough rest that I could be good in the morn."
Oh, all right.
We appreciate your stalwart commitment to the cause, Heinrich.
So
I am
feel
very
like
committed to that bag of money that you brought back.
Good man.
I feel like anybody who needs a spell slot should rest.
So basically,
agree
the dwarves
wholeheartedly.
and Hagurtha are on watch. Cool.
So, this is a little late to bring it up, but now's the time probably. Ryan, for the past, 7 weeks, there has been a list of aspirational crap that the wagon was supposed to have had in it, including hundreds of arrows and torches and things. So, since you never said no, I'm going to assume all that stuff is there.
All that stuff is still there. All that stuff.
All right, well, there we go then. So everybody reload.
I'm gonna load up on some arrows. I'm gonna take 30 arrows or 20 arrows.
Take 30. You deserve it.
30.
Is there any oil in there or
There's a
caltrop?
5-gallon cask of lantern oil.
Oh my god! How many caltrops are there?
0, because I didn't think to write those down. But next time, we're going to buy caltrops.
Yeah.
Now we know how good the caltrops are.
That's why I keep all this random stuff on me, because at one point
That's right.
it'll work.
There's also 70 iron rations. There's 40 torches. 200 feet of rope. There's tents. Everybody gets a tent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the king
Hang out.
let you, or not the king, the duke allowed you to.
The Viscount.
Viscount, yeah, I guess is his technical. He runs a duchy, but he is a Viscount. allowed you kind of like, pretty much, to hit his stores because you're doing him a big service. So yeah, you've got a lot of gear. While you were gone, Vance, what is it? Horace was fingering through the book that they found in that room with all the runes and everything, and in it said it was the first page says it's Maza the Mighty's Book of Regarded Knowledge. These pages are the total summation of my knowledge so far. And then it says, note to self, remember one inside reveals more of the same.
What is the actual note?
Remember, one inside reveals more of the same.
One inside reveals more of the same.
Yep.
Also, guys, next time we go into the back into Stonehell, I want to go through that teleport thing again with the rainbow ring on.
Well, certainly it bears further exploration. So give me we got a backlog of interesting trinkets and things found here. Let me take a moment to use these and see if there's anything that would be immediately useful.
Yeah.
This has been a very interesting day. I'm going to go pitch my tent and go to sleep.
Okay. The elf's like, y'all play with your trinkets? I'm going to go take a nap. I got my arrows.
Yep.
So Ryan, just super quickly, we have what I've written down are a golden armband.
Yep.
Crystal decanter.
Yep.
Fancy circlet and fancy bracers.
Yep.
Yeah, Elven.
Elven.
Yeah.
Apparently, Maza's Mighty Book of Regarded Knowledge.
Yep.
The Mystic Rune Magic Tablet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Magic
And
Bag
my
of
bag of
Runes.
Yep.
Magic Boots from Crushed Dwarf.
I have those down. Yep.
Here, Jordan.
Also, I don't think these are magic, but somebody wanted to pick up a gnarly rusted axe.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I don't have gnarly rusted axe listed anywhere.
All right, I'm gonna just cut that one out. Then.
I'm sure you have one, but I'm gonna tell you it's not special because it's not written down.
All right. Also, I wrote down smashed chainmail. Probably also not magical.
Yeah, if it's smashed, probably not.
All right. Worn patched leather satchel with half a tube of bologna, a wheel of cheese, and a flask of whiskey.
Correct. That is there. You are missing one thing. There was the mace.
Brandy.
The mace that had the skull.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was just like a dude's. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
it's skull mace.
Can you magic thing that orc mace? And see if it actually has
I didn't write it down because I'm like, he's just picking up a skull and a stick. What is this guy's problem? My bad. That's what I shouldn't make assumptions.
We also have a bottle of dwarven brandy. Mm-hmm. What bottle of alcohol does Rifle have?
That was the crystal decanter, I think.
Yes.
Was
the dwarven brandy.
Yes. And then there was just like a flask of somebody's rations or whatever that we found in the patch satchel.
I found.
I don't have that.
Think of bologna, the trees wheel on the flask on me.
So maybe it's like a Three Kings Day bologna, and there's a magic ring in the.
I almost forgot to ask. Can I take the stingers out of the wasp corpses now?
Yeah, you can start doing that. That'll work.
There is 4x wasps, not bees, is what I.
So, Vance, you're going to take some time and try to look over these things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
Go ahead and just call out what you're examining and then make the roll.
Well, so am I able to determine before I roll whether or not they are magical enough to merit my attention?
Yeah,
I think some of them are
I'm going to give you
just
that.
like, oh, it's fancy.
just to make it simple for the purposes. The stuff that you're able to determine now that you can sit down and just look at it, I'll say that on the fly in the dungeon, you won't be able to do it. That's what detect magic's for. But when you sit down and you have a little bit of time, you can at least bare minimum tell if it's magical or not. So the mace is definitely magical. The circlet and bracers are not.
Okay.
They're very fancy and very ornate and worth a lot of money, but they're not that. There was a gold band. It's worth some money, but it's not magical. The boots are definitely magical.
Okay.
And as far as magic items, I think that's it. It's just those two. Okay. You guys got a lot of money. I've totaled up your money so far, and it's quite a bit. So
the book isn't magical?
The book when you look in the book, it's like it's a spell book. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
You wouldn't have known that, but like a wizard looking at it would go, "Oh, it's a spell book."
Oh, since we're back at camp, what happens? Does anything happen to our sanity? I just saw that on the bottom of my notes.
No, you have to spend a week out of the dungeon in a town of civilization to regain sanity. So go ahead and roll for the two things.
Like, spell mace. Nice.
Yep.
So I was looking for a 30 or below.
Yep. So this mace is called Gore Skull, and it
nice.
And it's a +1/+1 mace, but it's +3/+3 versus any humanoid.
Oh God!
Any humanoid.
That's pretty good.
So,
oh God! Well, so now I have to use this gory skull mace on people because it's so much better than my warhammers.
It's all about the buffs, baby.
Oh, I hate it. Is there any way that I can transfer that enchantment onto my warhammer?
Not that you know.
God damn it.
Okay. And then what else we got? I guess magic sees. Hey!
Oh,
wow. My bread.
The boots, you figure out that when you click the heels together, you levitate.
Oh! Oh!
So they are boots of levitation.
How high do you levitate? Can you like fly or something, or just?
It just lets you go up and down.
Yeah, levitation doesn't like fly you across. It's not flight; it's levitation.
But they're like anti-grav boots. So like if you can, get a launch and get some motion, then you float.
Or if you get a stick, you can push yourself off a wall or something.
Or if you fall in a trap, you won't die.
That too. Or if you're a guy with arrows, you can float up and just shoot people.
But they're
oh my! Are you telling me that we have just turned Ryphon into a mortar?
Can't use them. They're dwarven. They suck. They're dwarven.
It's true. They're like boots of levitation, but with like heavy steel caps on the ends, and like they're studded, and they smell a little bit like cheese.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I thought they were going to smell like whiskey.
Well, yeah, they used to until the cheese set in.
Yeah, so boots of levitation, the wearer is able to move up and down through the air at will. So the wearer mentally directs the movement up or down once you click your heels together, because I like that, at 20 feet per round. Horizontal, the caster can push against a solid object to move laterally. Wow. Weight, you can carry a normal amount of weight, which you would normally be able to carry, and do it. And you can use it unlimited amount of times and durations.
Very nice. It's quite good. It's basically we have infinite rocket elevator like in Star Trek V.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more than willing to take those if you need them to go.
I thought they were dwarven. Hold on here.
Well, yeah,
I thought
mean,
you were sleeping, Elf. You're too good for this.
I am.
Too good
They
for
are.
trinkets.
Very true. Very true. And they're dwarven. They're gross.
So, what was the name of the orcish mace?
Gore Skull.
Oh, I hate it. I'm
Nice.
gonna use it, but I hate it.
Well, y'all can determine all that bit. Vance, having done his bit for king and or country, is taking a nap. Listen, you all can fight over these items of epic might and power, but try to keep it down, all right?
In the next morning, I might make my bid for the elven gauntlets or anything, but other than that, I don't want anything. It's because.
So,
Yeah.
Vance, did you get the thing I just sent you?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay. So
You
that's-
added them to everything, right? Yeah.
I added them to you, so you can see it.
Oh, okay, I see. Yep. Oh, be still my beating heart.
So,
How many good spells did you get from that spell book?
Well, there's lots of spells that are super great, except that they cost hundreds and hundreds of gold for me to learn. So it's not like you just get them. You got to spend like weeks in time and treasure to get it. So
yep. But if you have, another person's book, it lowers the time. If you go to like the
Wizard University.
Yeah, the academy with the cantrils, that you'll get an instructor that'll cut your time. So you can learn some of these pretty quickly. It's really just going to be about picking your darlings.
Right.
So, and which ones you're thinking about. Some of them are not in the BX book directly, but I have a conversion for it, or ask Ryan about it, how it's going to work. So, but yeah,
I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So I it was a random. That was a literal item like in the actual game. I didn't make this one like free. It was 2d4 first level spells and 1d4 second level spells. So,
Nice.
And I just got to pick. I just picked what spells. So, stuff that I thought was good and neat.
Well, that alters my plan somewhat. I was going to try to haggle my spell scroll to the Wizard University for a lot less than this, so maybe I'll hold on to it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just so the group knows, so that way we're not keeping secrets or anything. So, in the book is Detect Magic, Light and Dark, Find Familiar, Color Spray, and Floating Disc. This is also for the audience. I don't think they can see this. And then second level is Invisibility, Mirror Image, Detect Invisible, and Rope Trick.
Wait a second. So he can have a familiar, is what you're saying.
He's a wizard.
It's going to be a toad, though.
But the toad can eat things.
Apparently.
He's got a point.
You have to roll for it.
So what that does is it means that I have different spells, but it does, like if I can learn them and like spend the time, but you still only have so many spots per day, so you gotta like choose your kind of thing.
Yeah, and Find Familiar you cast once, and that's pretty much it.
Right.
You've got a familiar.
I feel like whenever Thorin sees like your familiar, it's just gonna be just from like getting swallowed by a frog.
No, whenever somebody makes a snide remark to Vance, he's just gonna conjure the familiar and get it to swallow the person.
I was thinking more, it's probably going to be like a regular sized toad, though, so unless we're fighting like very, very tiny people.
You mean pixies?
Yeah.
Little pixies. So, all right. So you guys are going to camp, and then I assume are you going to do your interrogations tomorrow, or what are you going to do?
In the
We can probably do it tonight, so that we can head to the capital tomorrow.
Right.
Tonight? All right.
Because the sleep spell's going to wear off, right?
Yeah, I
So
might
we
need
need
to
to like splash a little water on the guy's face. Be like, "Hey, little buddy, you want to draw us a map? I got some nice pastels."
Yeah, I'll wake
Honey,
up.
I'm home.
Okay. So
we're gonna play nice guy first because we don't know if the spell took or not. So
I'm the only one that speaks Hobgoblin, correct?
most of them seem to speak common. Is the impression that I had gotten.
Yeah, at least broken common.
Do we have any like dead hobgoblins lying around? I might be able to like cut off the face and wear it.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not an elven thing to do. We won't do that.
That's a little dark.
Gross. A and B just exfoliated.
Yeah.
So you so the hobgoblin's tied up. You basically like kind of set them up against the wall, and then I'm talking. Do you have them like hog-tied, or how do you have them?
I'm saying not tied up at all. Play full on into the charm spell thing. See if it took.
Okay. So not tied up. Is it in? Are you guys at the camp outside, or do you have them in the room inside?
Let's do outside.
Let's go room inside.
How about we do the room where we had that deer corpse a while back?
You guys can vote. Vote me down here, obviously. But I kind of want to play into like the. Hey man, oh yeah, no, we're at camp. You want some rations? Oh man, it was terrible. You don't remember we saved you?
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have them plopped up, Weekend at Bernie's style, next to the campfire, and then you're gonna like splash some water. Did you take their weapons away?
Yeah.
That we did. So we'll have their like weapon, their sword belt and stuff like tucked up nice and put away, but on the other side of the campfire away from them.
Okay. And are they still armored?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you splash a little water, and then you start hearing the. What happened? And and the kind of golden eyes of the hobgoblin. In the firelight, their eyes kind of like they have like a red sheen over them, almost like how crocodiles have that film that goes over it. They have like this red sheen, and you see it kind of and go away as real lights there. Their dark vision isn't really kicking in, and the eyes are very gold. They have fur across their entire body, are reddish brown. And this, I think this is how it works. Can y'all see that? Did that come up?
What?
What?
No. Oh, I was trying. There's a way that you can make tokens like pop up so the players can see them. Because I'm trying to show you what the person looks like. Well, there. That token in the very middle. If you can zoom in on it, there you go. So the reddish brown fur with very dark brown hair. And small, like, kind of incisor fangs. And they look very confused. And they start, like, whipping their head around, like... And then it locks on you, Vance. And
hey there.
Hey.
Are you all right?
She tilts her head kind of like how dogs do when they're kind of confused.
That makes me, Billy the human, feel bad.
And
So
what? Where am I?
well, after those toad monsters nearly ate us, we barely got out with our lives. Lucky you survived.
Toads? Where is my company? Where are my brothers and sisters?
Well, we had to flee from the dungeon beneath, beset by toad monsters big enough to eat a man. We barely escaped, chased by the denizens of that dungeon.
I don't.
Do you have a name?
I'm sorry, Ryan didn't hear you. I think it echoed.
I said, what's your name?
I'm
Vance.
Samara Warborn.
Write it down.
Here, I'm gonna stay in my tent while they're doing the interrogation.
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to do.
But listen, I'm gonna listen to it.
So,
I feel like while he's just like talking to her, I'm like on the other side of the fire just working on these wasps.
Real quick, Ryphon, because there's such an animosity between hobgoblins and elves. Your people have a reasonable amount of knowledge of their culture just because of conflict. You know that any hobgoblin that has the last name, the surname of Warborn, literally means they were born during like a campaign or a war or some sort of endeavor. So that's, any child that's basically being almost bred for replacement of the ranks is a Warborn.
extra super duper expendable in that case.
Psst. Psst. Hey, come here. Come here. I whisper over to Horace to come over to the tent and then come into the tent so I can tell him that.
Sure.
Vance. Why am I so groggy? And
Well,
who are these people with you? And why am I here?
These are my companions. We're explorers, but like I said, after we rescued you from the terrible man-eating toads, this is where we've made our camp for the evening, so we messed up. I understand that you have a camp nearby, don't you? Maybe if you could draw us a map real quick, we'd be able to take you back there to your people.
She looks around and she's like, I don't know where I'm at.
Oh. Vance will start. Well, I don't know the area terribly well, but my understanding is there's a valley here, which is dissected by this ancient wall. Then roughly to the north here is this town of...
Are we still in the Barrows? Like the Barrow areas and the Moon Mountains?
Well, my understanding is the Barrows are over this way, and here the mountains. Ironguard Mott is up this way. So Vance will kind of sketch it out as best he can.
Okay. She kind of like looks. She's like, okay, like, yeah. She's like, I don't know where here is, and like she's pointing at like the big giant wall thing that's behind y'all, and she's like, I don't know where here is. I've never been here. Is this still Stonehell?
Yes.
Stonehell is just over this way, a few hundred feet down to the end of the valley.
Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Since Ryphon, like, called me into the tent real quietly and, like, told me, I'm gonna just, like, go up to Vance, just, like, tap him on the shoulder and whisper into his ear before, going back to, trying to get the stingers out of the wasp.
Okay, you can do that. Let's see. All right. Sorry, I was just reading
I
back.
can't hear you if you were whispering to me.
Sorry, I was
telling you about the Warborn thing.
Yeah, I was reading over the charm spell just to make sure I understood exactly kind of what the parameters were. It's pretty broad. So
Yep.
the she's like, you know, like kind of like massaging her temples, and she's like, okay, yeah, is this the valley that leads into the area?
Yeah, certainly. And so Vance will make it, use all of his artistic ability to make it explicit, and is basically trying to get from her where the secret other entrance that isn't traveling through all the dungeony Stonehell is the goal here.
Yeah, she'll say she'll tell you, she's like, I've never gone into Stonehell this way. Like, I always go in the back entrance. Like, that's how I was brought to the area.
Well,
she's able
it'd
to
certainly be easier to get through that way, so we don't have to deal with those horrific toads again. Wink.
Yeah, she's able to kind of put a mark on your map. I'm talking, there's only how far particular it can be, but it looks like it's probably half a day's ride from here if you kind of just hook around the backside of the mountain. And she kind of explains that it's just a very long, deep tunnel that comes out on the side of the mountain. They have, fortified it a little bit, and they've kind of tried to camouflage it a little bit, but it's big enough that you can get 2 carts, like, side by side, down it for most of the journey.
Fortified tunnel down to stone. Yeah, I'm trying to take notes. So we might need it later.
All I can imagine is Vance is just writing this down, just saying it.
100%. 100%. Let's see. By Hobgobs. Alright.
So, Ryan, I'm guessing I probably shouldn't pull out the gladius I found on one of the Hobgoblin corpses.
You do whatever you want to do.
Out of game, I would discourage that behavior. We're getting somewhere here.
Yeah.
I'll hand her the paper and see if she can draw a picture of it.
Yeah, she's not an artist, but she'll give you a rough sketch.
All right.
That it's basically just like a big whatchamacallit, set of doors that are kind of camouflaged inside. And she says they can basically shut the doors pretty quick, bar it, and then they have the ability to drop some flaps and have arrow holes. So it's not the most fortified thing that's ever existed, but it's not just you're going to walk right through it either. And it's constantly manned by at least 10 hobgoblins.
Well, so sidebar here. Both Vance and Billy are uncomfortable, either A, murdering this lady, or B, trusting her up and taking her off to be tortured by the Viscount while she's under enchantment magic crap. I know that we had a little discussion in the Discord before the game started, but really not about the war crimes aspect of D&D if we can avoid it. So
how about you ask her are you allied with the Orcs?
That is a very good question, in fact. So we encountered an orcish checkpoint on our way out of the Stonehell.
When you say orc, she spits.
Indeed, yeah, me too. Orcs.
Okay.
Worst.
She's like,
Trying to shake down travelers, just trying to make a living. It's terrible that they do that.
she's like, those foul beasts. They can't even be yoked to be good monsters. They are so disorganized and feral. They make war in Stonehell against our lesser kin. We let them fight, and any of the lesser kin that prove themselves in battle, we can take into our ranks. They can be good auxilia.
Indeed, we actually spent a little bit of time in the market down in Stone. There's kobolds, goblins, all manner of.
That's a neutral ground. Even we do not violate it yet.
Hey, what if, like, we don't obviously kill her, we just take her down to the market? Because by then she'd probably know the way back, right? Like, back to the Hobgoblin Fortress.
So
So that we don't, have to go to the Hobgoblins, but we can still make sure she's relatively safe.
Well, I don't like her enough that I want to grant her safe passage and make sure she gets home with a juice box and that kind of thing. I'm just saying that we don't murder and torture this lady. Even though she is our sworn enemy and whatever, you treat prisoners a certain kind of right.
I think we should take them back.
Professionals have standards.
No, I think we should take him back to the king, right? I mean, it's not up to us if she gets tortured or not. Most likely she would get expelled again. Right?
No, she'd probably get beheaded or tortured.
Well, expelled and then beheaded. One less slaver of the elven kind, so.
I honestly feel like we should take her at least to either to the market or to the to that ramp that we went down to the second level. Just say, can you find your way from here?
Do you want to just try to get all the information we can out of her tonight, convince her to stay with us, say tonight, and then tell her to go back in the morning?
I'm leaning that direction.
Yeah.
And that's a good point, Eric, because with that, if she hangs out and gets some rest and eats and whatever, then she's not running back to tell her bros where we are. So
Yeah.
I think it's fun. And then we have two people on the inside, because I also charmed that other guy. So we're just going to get them one at a time. It's the long game. Look out.
The long con, yeah.
What other...
She'll kind of look around, as y'all are kind of having conversation. She's like, I yes. She's a little.
Yeah, we'll keep the torture talk to a minimum in front of her. Yeah,
that would be good. So she. I assume you guys have something cooking. She kind of just keeps eyeing it a little bit.
And she's more than welcome to partake of our tasty iron ration goodness.
Yeah.
Tell her to get it herself.
I'm gonna ask her, would you like something to eat? It's not the best, but it's not the worst either.
It's almost 0% bad.
Okay, listen.
She'll look over to Vance and can I?
Oh, by all means, of course.
And she'll start scooping out some food and eating it.
What other sort of we should have thought of this before, but what other burning questions we have? We know where now.
what campaign are you on? I guess could be one.
Yeah.
She's like, we are but the tip of the spear. We are the first cohort, the honored cohort, to venture into these lands, for the lands need to be taken. And they need to be organized and purified. Our proconsul is looking for something in particular in this area, so we're here.
Oh, what's your proconsul? What's his name?
It is, because I've got it written down somewhere.
Dr. Hobgoblin.
Mr. Hobgobliner. It is Kendrell Melvain.
Hit me with that again. Kendrell?
Kendrell Melvain.
Kendrell with a K?
Yeah.
Okay. Melvain. What does Proconsul Melvain search for? There's many ancient artifacts in this land.
She's like, we don't know. We know that it is theoretically buried within the swamps. It is a place of great power.
Nice.
We will secure the lands, and then we will make a systematic sweep of the swamp and the underswamp, and we will find what he's looking for, and then our glory will be supreme, I suppose.
Oh, indeed. How many warriors call the honored first cohort home?
It is
certainly
it's a standard cohort of 500 plus auxilia.
I'm just gonna talk out of character real quick, but based on what we've done, I think it's more around 490 something.
I don't know a whole lot about the reproductive cycles of hobgoblins, but if they have a whole separate caste and naming system for people that are born on the warpath, they might be able to replenish them pretty quick. I don't know. Maybe they grow them in a vat.
We'll see if. I
mean, Ryfun would know. Billy doesn't, and Vance doesn't necessarily.
I have one question, like that I want. Well, two that I want Vance to ask, but like I'm not sure how he should ask.
What do you got?
Like, what god, if any, do they worship, and do they practice any magic?
Well, I got some thoughts on that. Well, I don't think that, but you know that I did serve the first cohort for a short time.
I thought you looked familiar.
As an advisor and magician, yeah. Have your people taken my teachings to heart, or found another teacher since I departed your ranks?
No, magic tends to escape us. I heard about what you did to Prefect Ravel.
Oh, what was that?
That you put him under some sort of witchery.
That's an exaggeration. is my thought. He is a noble warrior and fights with him.
Yes, the Centurion removed his head.
Oh.
That is unfortunate. Well, so it goes.
I guess we don't have a man on the inside. And if we send her back, she's as good as dead.
So, all right, that lends their. So, general magic question, I guess. Do I have the ability to dismiss a spell which I have cast at?
No, the effect will linger.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she's screwed. Bang.
That's been
Yeah.
heavily discussed. That's one of those. If you somehow die while invisible, your party cannot find you to heal you because you're invisible and you have not broken invisibility. So yeah, it's one of those things. So you can do something that ends the spell. Like Charm has things that will end it.
That's a good point.
Like Puncher.
Yeah.
What is it? I can.
We could tell her to kill the Hobgoblin. This is out of character. That would
It doesn't say anything specific in the spell description, but I would imagine that like harming the charmy, that sort of thing.
Yeah, or ordering them to do something suicidal.
Okay.
You know, that will at least generate a save. Like they might not do it, but you know that I would rule it would generate kind of a thing. But she's like, yeah, they the Centurion said that he had to be killed because he was of weak mind, and we cannot have weakness in the cohort.
That is unfortunate, certainly.
How'd they find out he was spelled?
How did they find out he was in Sorcel? Or so they suspected. I still don't think it was true.
The one second.
Sorry.
Good night, buddy. Sorry. Night. Night times for the kid. She says that the priest was able to tell, and the fact that he didn't obey his orders completely was sign enough.
Priest?
There's that little bit of intelligence we were looking for. Good thinking. Good questioning. I like it. Keep it coming.
They have a priest? What do they worship? Like, I know it's probably a god of war, but like...
Well, we have several gods. This one is new, though. The Legion has sworn allegiance to a new god. We like many of the, like all the Hobgoblins, we worship, if Ryan can find the things, no Magia. But we now have a new mistress who is our patron.
Do I know any of these gods that she said?
No Magia is basically the god of Hobgoblins.
Alright.
So it is the
Was your
god
mistress?
it's a god of war and subjugation, and that's really like.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But she's saying that they now worship someone else.
Yeah.
Feeling a Shelob vibe here coming. I don't. What is this new god that guides your people?
The five-headed queen.
That ring any bells for Vance because it doesn't for Billy.
Oh, Tiamat.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There we go. Well then. What brought on this sudden
Well, one of
version?
a great leader rose from our ranks. He is some sort of half-breed, and he brought us the light of Tiamat's glory and has shown us where we are to go.
Is this the proconsul Kindrel Melvang?
No, the great one is above the proconsul. The great one leads us all. The proconsul is one of the army, but we have 3 castes. The great leader is over all the castes.
I see. What is his name, the great leader?
We don't speak his name.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So-
It is an honored syllable not to be uttered by a sullied tongue, no doubt.
So it must be Lord Voldemort.
Hobdemort.
I'm honestly thinking
the great
that
leader-
it's like a
The great leader is
Yeah.
Hobgoblin, but also more. A blessed being, truly blessed by the 5-headed queen.
So
The
tell me
5-headed
more.
queen said that we had to come here. We had to find what was missing in the swamps, and we had to do it in her name. You should come, be part of her army.
We were seriously considering it. It's always looking for good work and honored warriors such as yourselves. 3 squares a day, good. Lots of reasons to join up. Sure.
Are you going to give me a test to figure out what color I am?
She'll tilt her head, and then she goes back to looking over at Vance.
I have that effect on people when I say. Anybody else? Y'all are killing it here with these questions. Anybody else got anything? I'm gonna gas.
Have they been pushing through the woods? Where has their incursion been before?
The Legion has spread several cohorts across the lands. We are, like I said, the tip of the spear for this area. The plan is to take over the Moon Mountains and the kingdom of the dwarves that is there. And
what?
Our plan is to take over the duchy and supplant the humans there. And our plan is to purge the forests of the elves and subjugate them.
As you do.
And this leader of the Hobgoblins, is he usually staying around the stronghold? Or does he move around?
The great leader is not here.
Yeah. You said there's a dwarven stronghold near here?
Yeah, in the southern portions of the Moon Peaks. It's not...
Would I know?
Y'all know this. You probably have forgotten this. This is Ryan talking, not the dwarf, or not the Hobgoblin. I've mentioned it before that the dwarves usually make 1 or 2 trips a year out of the mountains, and they do a lot of trading with the kingdom, and then they just go back and lock their halls up and stuff like that. But yeah, they're hold on. Let me pull up the map real quick. I've shown you this before, but yeah, they're down here in the Moon Peaks. So they're somewhere in this area.
Wait, so Ryan, are you telling me we're about to reenact Lord of the Ring?
Oh, well, what's D&D if it's not Tolkien?
Getting Ironguard Mott, the elves, and the dwarves together to fight off the hobgoblins?
And there's spiders in the woods and everything.
Look, guys, Vance is just here to get paid.
So
Can't
you're
get paid if
saying,
the Hobgoblins won't pay you.
so you're saying if this is Lord of the Rings, we should split the party up?
We should have the shortest people go right into the enemies.
Right into them. So, all right. So do you have any other questions for her?
No.
I don't have any. Not that I can think of, at least.
She did draw the map to the stronghold already.
Yeah, the rough estimates of where it's at. Yeah, I'm talking, there's only so much detail she can put.
Oh yeah, they're searching. They're gonna be searching for something in a swamp.
Mhm.
What kind of holy relic is it?
It's not a holy
I
relic.
don't think she.
It's a place, from what I understand.
What kind of place is it? Like, what is it about?
She shakes her head. She's like, I don't know. It's something that the five-headed queen wants.
Now, Tiamat, that's a really bad, like, evil deity, right?
Are you saying that in character or out of character?
Out of character.
Well, she's like the god of like evil dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
As evil goes, rather.
Yeah. If I had to put her on like a spectrum of evil, she's there. You know, she's on the evil end. You know,
She's part.
Less evil than Vecna, or evil than
but
Prom.
she's the only thing that can drive Venger away. So therefore, she's useful sometimes. So, all right, good old time joke.
So I think that our questions exhausted. Then we'll try to get some rest.
Okay.
So yeah, how are we doing the watches? I know that our guard, what's his name?
Heinrich.
Heinrich.
I know Heinrich is taking like the first 2 watches.
So it's
How are we
by the time
splitting
you
it
wrap all this up, it's probably about 11 o'clock. So if y'all want to get 8 good hours of sleep, Heinrich will do 4 hours worth of watches. What is it? Your friendly Samara, she'll offer to do a watch. She's like, I'll do a watch for you. You know.
Yeah, I'll trust her. Things are going pretty good so far.
And
We got an extra iron gorget I can borrow, though, not for any reason, just related.
And so really, you just need to cover like a watch.
I'm going.
So basically, it's between the dwarves or Hagurtha to fill.
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to take one, but
Okay, both dwarves can take a watch. You guys can watch together.
okay.
Vance does not volunteer for a watch.
Wizards never should.
All right.
I feel like we should have one of the dwarves take a watch with, our hobgoblin friend, but like.
Well, yes, if we're going
not-
to double up, we might as well just have somebody sit and not 100% trust our ensorcelled hobgoblin. I would say that is a fair approach.
I'll watch it with her.
Okay.
And just so that like she doesn't think it's weird, should we have Hagurtha watch with Thondon? Just so that you know.
Her feelings, like I'm all about the like not murdering her and war crimes thing, but at the end of the day, like she's gonna try to genocide us as soon as she wakes up. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't worry about her feelings as much. It was nice of you to think that, though. Don't get me wrong.
I just want to
tip
do
her
it.
off. I get it.
Yeah, I just want to do it so that she doesn't get like, why don't these guys trust me? Be alone.
Yeah, I think that the enchantment magic is strong enough to get us through like 12 hours without any issue, and then in the morning we can kind of give her the old splash of the water on the face, like you're no longer ensorcelled. Get
What
the
is
hell
it?
out of here.
Plus, about subjugating my dwarven clan in the mountains,
Right.
She should feel the end of my act.
So, during the last shift, I believe that was Thondon, correct? Yes.
I think so.
So Thondon, you see coming over the horizon, like over in this area, it's light at this point because you guys are kind of sleeping in a little late because you're going to bed a little late. And you see a pack of 11 kobolds headed your direction.
Okay. All right. So I will arise the group. Hey! We got company.
I wakes up.
Who specifically are you rising? Because have we rested enough for us to get our spells back?
Vance certainly hasn't.
Yeah, it's got to be a full 8 hours.
And then an extra hour for me to like put on my eye makeup and I gotta cut my hair, brush my teeth, read a little bit, get my coffee. I got nothing.
Vance, you wake up and she's sleeping right next to you, and she has her weapons at this point.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And she like when she hears like someone's coming, she mom arms you. You know how like mom arms like across your chest, and like she's got her blade ready to like stab someone who's coming near you.
Vance will self-consciously paw at the gorget that he stole from one of the dwarves. Thank you for it. What's happening? Are there enemies?
There's hobgoblins on the way, or goblins.
No,
Gnolls.
kobolds.
Kobolds.
Kobolds? They were gnolls.
Sorry, if I said gnolls, I meant kobolds. They're little kobolds, tiny little dragon guys. That's what I'm talking about. As they get closer, you notice they all have like cleaning equipment and stuff with them, and they're like coming.
The guys.
One of them walks up and like looks at you guys and like he gets, I don't know, about maybe 20, 30 feet from the camp and starts like sniffing the air. Yep. And then all of them start shaking their heads. And one of them starts like marching into camp. And there's a group of like 11 of them that are like, or 10 of them that are behind him. And he starts marching in. Who charge? Who charge? He looks mad.
What?
Who charge? And like he's like pointing at his hand and stuff. Like,
I in common. I'm assuming that's me.
I'm just gonna toss him a gold coin.
What?
I guess.
He like looks at the gold coin. He puts it in a little pocket, and he's like, and then he looks back up at Oakenshield. He's like, "You charge?"
And
he's like pointing at you.
And Kobold and goes, "I guess."
He like looks up. He's like, "Oh, you speak the language? Okay, now we can talk." He's like, "Did you and your friends burn the entrance to Stonehell? Because I smell the same smells over there on this camp. And did you do that and your friends? Like, it was an awful mess. It was terrible. There was orc guts and everything. We had to clean it."
Oh yeah.
So I'm asking, did you do that?
I'm going to be dwarven belly laughing right now. I speak the kobold as well.
I go in Kobold. The only fire we burned is this one over here. I point towards
Why are you lying?
He's like,
there's no reason to lie about this.
he walks up and no. He's like, "That's oil back there. This is a campfire." He's like, "You've got a barrel of oil," and he points to your giant barrel of oil.
I'll tell the rest of the. I mean, after I calm down for laughing, I'll tell everybody in common what the kobold is saying.
And I go, in Kobold, I go, just because we have it doesn't mean we use it.
Well, friends, hold on a minute. They've come up here after us to harangue us for dirtying the dungeon.
They're in
Yeah,
my for the dungeon, yes, because they're the cleaning.
Can I just say, we might have set the fire.
Yeah,
We should pay these kobolds, get them on our side. If they're the janitorial staff, they must see all kinds of things that could be helpful to us and know secrets about the place.
That's very true. Ask him.
Bribe the hell out of them.
Yeah, I'm
Professor.
gonna tell him in common that we might have set the fire to get away from orcs.
Like, he looks at you a little puzzling. He's like, your friend said fire orcs. I don't know much of the rest of it, but I heard fire and I heard orcs.
The orcs did it. Yeah, blame it on the orcs.
And I go Koblin and Kobold. I go. I think the Orcs might have done it.
The orcs set themselves on fire.
Typical.
You're not the smartest bunch.
I go to them like the Orcs know smart.
All right. What's your name? What's your name?
Oaken Shield.
He writes down, like, on a pad, Oaken Shield, and he goes, that is one strike. And he, like, puts a check next to your name. He's like, I think you're fibbing. You had a chance to come clean, and you're fibbing. So that's a check.
What's up with... How many checks do I have to make that things happen?
Oh, you would think to ask that. You don't have many checks, all right? Very few checks. Let's just say that you don't have a plethora of checks. They're very fluent in their own tongue.
How about this? I post out 10 gold.
No, don't try to bribe him.
And I go.
I support this.
I support
I go. So how many checks do I have now?
Oh, good bribe.
He's like,
Good bribe.
He's like, that's only going to give us each one. That's only 1 gold each. It's not the best. That's not really going. Let me and my.
Now you know you're negotiating.
Are you admitting that you did this? And he's holding his book with checks in it. You seem like a man who's got a guilty conscience. People who are innocent don't often pay.
Well, how would I make myself not have the checks and prove that it wasn't me?
He's like, we demand recompense. Can we have recompense?
Here, could I come out of my tent and yell out in Orcish, how dare you insult us like this?
I'm like, what the? He points over and he goes, what is the elf saying in the black tongue? He's like, I don't know it. I don't know if he thinks...
Orcish.
He's like, some of them know Orcish. This guy apparently doesn't. Or he's lying. One of the two.
This is absolute insanity. We are a hot mess of a party.
And then, can you speak Orcish, Oakenshield?
No.
So he's like, and then he starts saying recompense, and then all of a sudden the guys behind him start getting in. They're like, recompense.
You know, I'm just gonna like take out some rations and like ask like basically act like you want them.
Recompense.
Oh my god.
What is recompense?
We will take a fair amount for our work and labor.
Yeah, they want a tip for all the work they did for us. Or at least.
So, if I give them 10 rations, would that be enough?
They only seem to understand Kobold, or at least he's only responding in Kobold. So you're speaking common, so he's just kind of looking at you.
I mean, like, I ask Oakenshield.
Okay, I give them 2 gold each. How about that?
Ask them who they work for.
I got
say-
20.
Who do they work for?
They say recompense, recompense, recompense.
Ask them who they work for.
You know, I'm just gonna turn around to what's the hobgoblin's name?
Samara.
Samara.
I'm just gonna ask her, is this like a normal occurrence?
What is it? She just like looks at you and she's like, "Why are you asking me?"
Because you live in Stonehell and these guys came from there?
Yeah, we don't allow kobolds into the camp. Even if they're clean, we'll clean our own mess.
Okay.
Recompense! Recompense! Recompense!
You know, I'm just gonna hand him 10 rations.
They just like
I'm going
put them
to-
on the ground.
Okay. You know,
I'm going to take the flask, kind of take a sip, and hand it to the one guy.
He just keeps saying recompense, recompense, recompense.
What is it that they're chattering about? What is this word they keep shouting?
They want to be paid back for the mess that we caused in the entrance of Stonehell.
Let's just walk away.
Well, you're going to strike in his book.
I
Ask
take
them what they think. They have
I
a leader
take-
that's one in the front. So what does he think a fair rate of pay is?
60 gold out of my pocket, and I kind of showed them.
We have no use for your gold beyond maybe 1 or 2 pieces for drinks. Recompense.
So, what do you?
So
just ask them what do they want.
Here, you can have this hobgoblin.
he looks over at your big, huge cart full of supplies, and he's like mushing his hands together and licking his lips a little.
In common, I turn to the group and goes, "Are we going to town in the morning?"
Well, we're certainly not handing over hundreds of gold worth of supplies to this rabble.
They try to take it, and they're gonna taste the wrath of this new orcish mace.
Yeah,
No,
they're totally not
Hey,
getting
hold, I got something.
a couple supplies.
I go in Kobold. Wait, I got something I want to show you first.
What about the
Are you going to
leader?
kill them? Are you going to
No.
kill them?
No, I go to the court to pick
There
up.
is no cart.
Pick up where my stuff is at, and pick up the lizard head, or the dragon's head,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I show them. Hey, you like my dragon's head that we killed?
You killed Larry! Why would you do that? He didn't harm a fly.
He attacked us.
Did you go in his lair?
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe,
maybe if I kicked in the door to your home and came in, you would be upset too.
So you're just making this worse.
So, in common, we all going back to town after this.
Yeah, well, I think just we should go back to town after
So-
this.
So,
Everyone roll a d6 real quick.
Oh, no. I feel like low is bad.
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3 is not good.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, so the 2 dwarves are the only ones. So it's because the 2 dwarves here, the whatchamacallit, the kobold basically say like, seize the means of production, and they all charge and they just go for the cart, and each one of them is trying to grab like one thing, and then they're just running. They're just running away with something. The two of you can do something if you want. Everyone else is surprised by their action.
No, that's fine. Let them go. I'm not doing anything. They can have their one thing.
What are they grabbing is the key question here.
Things that would be useful to janitorial staff that you have. Probably like some of your rope. If you've got like some, like, whatchamacallit, pittons, someone would grab like maybe 10 pittons.
Sure,
if you have like a bucket, they might grab a bucket. Things of that nature. I'd have to look at your supply list to see what they steal, but generally it's going to be common items. They're not taking anything like, they're not taking food, they're not taking water, they're not taking feed. They're taking things like, they might take a tent because they're like, we can use it. You know, you guys burned the net that they had in one area, so they've got to go and replace that. So they would take something like that. So two of them are running off with a tent.
Vance put all that stuff together, but that's okay.
Yeah,
they
Vance.
steal all our stuff.
Vance.
No,
Kobolds are stealing your shit.
No, not all of it. No.
While I was off in the bushes there, I had a thought that we're going to have to abandon all these supplies anyway since the cart isn't here. So honestly, if we come back and any of it's here, we'll be ahead. So
they all took one random thing. It's not that bad.
They screamed, "Seize the means of production," and ran towards the cart, and they all they took a bucket of nails, some of your rope, 50 feet of the rope,
75-gallon drum of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
They're taking random stuff that would be useful for their job, not like money, but they're taking. Two guys stole a tent. And they ran off, and they're yelling recompense as they take off.
I'm gonna
recompense.
dwarven laugh as they run away.
And then as you're running, the leader guy turns around and he's like, "You still got to check in my book," and he takes off.
I'm going to tell everybody that in common so they can join the joke.
What a bizarre and terrible way to wake up. By God.
Guys, should we sleep? Should we just finish, go back to sleep for a little while, get up, bring all of our supplies into that room that we keep, going into, and then just set off towards the capital?
I'm down with that.
I think so, 100%.
Okay. So y'all can do that. I don't have any problems. No more. There'll be no more disturbances. I rolled a random encounter. It was kobolds. The kobolds are janitorial staff, so that's what they do. I was trying to think of a good reason that they would come to you guys. I'm like, that seems right. So we're gonna take 3-minute break, bio break for me, and I gotta grab some water. But it will be real quick. So quick break, and I'll be right back.
So yeah, then we're gonna get to so we're headed to the town, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Well.
So this town
What
is
about
called-
our goblin, hobgoblin friend?
I feel like we should just send her back.
Yeah, we'll give her a little smack wake up, let her take her sword and everything, be like, listen, so long, good luck. Lie to them and say you weren't in Sorcel, and they won't kill you.
Tell them to take the strike off.
Well, actually, I feel... You know what? I feel like,
So closest town is Bogtown, right?
I don't...
No, we're just rushing towards the capital.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
did we send... Wait, did we send the wagon with Eric, the cart man, and Arnie to
We
Bogtown
sent
or
it
to the
to
capital?
Bogtown, and then we told him that, like, when, like, the next day, if there's no doctor there, like, well, either way, go to the capital.
I thought we sent them straight to the capital. I did not know we sent them to.
We sent him to Bogtown, like, just to get some, like, basic treatment for the night, and then we sent him to the capital
That sounds
to
right.
get, like, proper treatment.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, I think on to the capital is probably the way to go. Like every time, Vance has only been to Bogtown once, but that seemed like an.
Yeah, it's like Louisiana. Sorry, Louisiana.
I was about to say it's a terrible place, but I don't want to call Louisiana a terrible place.
Ben, I will say, so we have 6 horses. There are 7 of us. So somebody's gonna have to
Well,
hitch up. And then we have like
dwarves
piles
do-
of treasure and crap too. So
dwarves do take half a horse, right?
by weight, elves do too. Also, Vance is not a particularly giant dude, so I would say all the guys in plate mail probably get a horse, and then Vance doesn't mind sharing with poor Heinrich.
I can share
Yeah.
with Hagurtha if you need me to.
Yeah.
Eartha has her own horse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So I'm just-
Ryfon can take Arnie's horse.
There you go. All right, cool.
Yeah, so we have enough, and then Heinrich, the man at arms, will ride with.
What we could do too is rotate kind of who's on the horse as we go.
I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Like, if we could carry
Yeah.
all the money out, like just on our own backs, then the horses aren't going to have an issue with it. And then Vance is a tiny man and not weighed down with giant plates of armor, so he doesn't mind feeling Heinrich's strong arms wrapped around him.
So, yeah, Heinrich, the lovely man. So, you guys are getting ready to head out?
Oh, Ryan, did I de-stinger those wasps, and like, do I have those stingers from the wasps?
How many wasps did you have?
There were
4.
4. Go ahead and give me 4 wisdom checks minus 4.
Oh, okay.
Listen, you're a blacksmith, not a waspsmith.
Yeah, you're not a biologist.
Minus 4.
Hey, look at that.
That's 1.
Minus 4.
Okay,
Oh.
1 more.
Minus 4.
1 more.
Ouch. Minus 4.
Hey!
Okay.
So you got 2.
Alright,
Awesome.
write it down for you then.
Sweet.
2x wasp stingers.
Which then we could have someone turn into arrows for Ryfon.
I could do.
Yeah, that's a possibility. So, you guys head out and go into the...
Well, we're going to provide Samara with rations, and she can have her gear back and whatever. Then, I guess so. So, how do we break the charm? We just like smack her in the face, kind of thing. Like, what's the rules on it?
Well, I don't feel like we should break the charm.
Until we're further away, or
No, I feel like we just shouldn't break the charm because, like, if we break the charm, then she'll be like, "Hey, I got charmed by some dweebs and they tried and they got a lot of information out of me."
well, no,
If she-
she won't because she values her own life and will not want to be murdered like the other guy we charmed.
Let's
Right.
just send her. Yeah, let's just send her back.
She'll kind of look and she's like, but, I want to come with you.
Okay, come with us.
Oh no.
Vance is not a man of violence, but there doesn't seem to be any other option.
Oh no.
It's like throwing the stone at the puppy dog.
Yeah.
No.
Again, it's not a puppy dog, though. It's like a puppy dog for just these past 6 hours has decided not to eat your entire family and give them all rabies because you cast mind-controlling magic on them.
Oh, no.
Ask her to go and find the kobolds real quick.
No, Billy feels firmly about this, so does Vance. So you guys are just going to have to deal with my moralizing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alright.
So Vance will give his least limp-wristed,
All right.
his 9 strength.
I'm gonna go ahead and ready my bow.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, she kind of shakes her head and she staggers back a little bit, and then she kind of starts walking away from y'all, like a little bit confused.
Don't worry, you got a friend in me.
I swear.
I hope, is that like, so knowing about the ensorcelments and magics and things, is that sufficient to break the charm?
You're not 100% sure. It was definitely sufficient enough for me to give her a saving throw. But she is walking away, and she does look confused.
All right,
Baby,
yeah.
come
I
back.
feel like, you can only do so much.
Let's
I will consider my neutral alignment filled and not lose any further sleep. All right, guys, let's go.
Let's head on
Baby,
out.
come back.
Yeah.
Tasso, I swear.
Okay.
I guess everything that happened to her, you could blame on us. So.
But not even that. It's just, it's how you treat prisoners, that kind of thing.
I mean, it's already going to be a genocide once we get the 3 races together,
Still.
Are you guys headed to Ironguard Mott or Bogtown?
I think we'll just, run through Bogtown, see if Arnie's there, and if he's not, just head straight to Ironguard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
All right,
Let's
so
do. Okay.
you guys get to right about there. And you guys come into a clearing.
Oh, no.
So long, Samara. Pretty
So,
Don't we get 1 hit point back, right?
yes, 1 hit point.
Oh.
back. Go ahead.
Oh, wait, yeah, did I pray for spells?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume you guys can have your spells back at this point. Go ahead and put your characters anywhere, like in this area.
I really like the birds. And the background.
Me too.
It's nice. Very.
Which way are we going?
Feel like I'm really there.
You are headed that direction for the purposes of this.
In this direction?
Yep.
To the right.
I'll probably most likely be in front.
Okay. You guys can be wherever you want. You're kind of just meandering through the wilderness as you're headed.
Yeah,
back.
I'm just walking around enjoying the scenery.
Okay.
Feeling happy because I'm around nature.
Oh, nature.
In the back.
So,
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
Hey guys, be careful. They might be lion, tigers, and bears.
Oh my.
Oh, my.
It's always great when I can hear you guys' reactions before I see it. So.
Oh, my.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Uh-oh.
Hello, Dogdix, my old friend.
I feel like we need to go gadget our way out of here.
Another run? We have
So
we
you're
smell
saying
some fire.
so you're saying we should want the rainbow side?
What's that blue dot?
That's another commander, I think.
Yep.
General Kenobi.
So, Ryphon, you're saying you're not right here to make this a perfect little arrow?
X.
I like the Big Dipper formation better. So
And yep. Okay. So as you guys are going, you're walking along basically, and basically coming out of the woods, kind of in a three-pronged approach, is units of hobgoblins, and the guy with the blue, who's on top of a horse, looks over at all of y'all, and he's like, "Greetings. I believe that you came into my camp last night, stole one of my soldiers, and retreated. We can't be having that."
well, as you can see, we don't have one of your people, so I don't think that's true. Your information must be wrong.
I believe my information is perfectly accurate.
Then where is the prisoner?
What you did with that prisoner, I have no concern. She was a bastard warborn half-breed. I don't have much concern for her. But what I do have concern for is the information that she might have given you.
We shouldn't have let her go!
There isn't anybody that we had to give us information.
So
I apologize. I apologize that you had to give all of this effort and come all this way.
Shut your bastard elven mouth before I cut your tongue from your head.
All right,
Now,
I'm getting
now,
Give me
now
real.
see, that's a problem, because before you'd be able to make your way over here, you'd probably have a silver ball embedded deep within
So,
your eye hole.
Well, they're all bravadoing here, Ryan. The footmen are on foot. There's just one guy on horseback.
For the most part, yeah, he's on horseback, and then the rest of the people are on foot.
Fly, you fools! Fly! Burn, turn around. There's enough of this shit.
Oh, so we're just turning around and
We're on
running?
horses. They're on foot.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
We're going this way.
we're going that way or that
No,
way,
we
and
yeah,
we're just-
plow through.
we're plowing through.
Yeah, why not?
We're going this way.
Yeah. I'm not sure you'd be able to. Okay.
Can I take a pot shot as we're passing by?
All right, so Vance, you basically go like fly and start like doing your run, like go.
Well, we're on horses. Gallop.
Yes, you are definitely on horses, so that is all fair.
Wait, I am the best.
So the moment you do that, well, I don't think anyone in your group is expecting that. So everyone in the group roll a d6. If you roll a 1, you're surprised by this, and you're not going to be able to like go in this first round of actions.
Whoa. Surprised by Vance's cowardice? I'll challenge that.
Actually, it's more of your bravery because you're just charging straight into him, really.
Yeah, very true.
Well, fair.
While everyone,
So
One
you
through
said
five,
if
you don't
we
expect
roll
me
a
to,
1,
sorry.
we're screwed.
everyone else is good. Everyone seems good. They're fine. All right.
Okay.
So the commander will like, he's got a whistle and he blows it in a series of like beep 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 beep.
Wait, who's the commander? The one with the blue dot, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
Okay.
He basically does that, and as you start moving, like you hear like Ryphon, you're the only one that understands their commands because it's coming in Hobgoblin. But it's something akin to like open ranks, release the horde.
Oh God!
I tried, guys. Sorry.
So roll. Let's roll a d6. Vance. Go ahead and roll a d6 for initiative. I want to see where they're going and where yours. I just got a 6.
That's unfortunate.
Oh
Let me get a little bit of
Oh no!
But since you guys are kind of doing an act firsthand, what I'll do is I'll let you guys move. I'll let you move half of your distance that you would generally be able to do. So loaded down horses, I'll go ahead and give you guys 12 squares for like a half distance if you want to move it.
Ah, that's
So we can move 12 squirrels.
Yep.
yeah.
Keep me hanging here, guys.
I'm going to do something really stupid.
Okay. Okay.
No! 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 Stop! Your horse is gonna get killed. What? Ryphon, where the hell are you going?
Away. Far, far away. Ryfun is one with the leaves. Do not see.
Yep. Behind a tree, about to.
Ryphon, show me. Go back to where you were again. I need to see something.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Down here, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in the back pretty far. I'll accept wherever you say.
Okay. And Thondon, where are you going? I don't know. We'd lose Chris? Oh, there you
I
go.
guess I'm right here in the middle. I'll just follow the group. This way, right?
You can move 12.
Over here, right? This is where everybody else is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's me.
All right. And Ryphon, you're going. I'm going to do your route. Are you going 1, 2, 3, 4? Correct me if I'm wrong. 5, 6, 7?
I'm going straight diagonal. Direct. I can't see where you're clicking. It's a little laggy.
Oh, okay.
Directly diagonal.
If you're
I
going
can.
directly diagonal, I think this is where you're going to end up stopping.
All right.
Wait, do diagonals count as 2?
No. But I will show why.
Uh-oh.
So,
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
The horde.
hold on.
Or the leaves are a pit trap, just all written into.
Ah, yeah.
Especially me. Yep. Bamboozled.
All right. So, those of you that are over the squares, you fall into 15-foot pit traps. Your horses, since you're riding on horses, they are crippled because horses in 15-foot falls are not going to be good. Everyone who fell into a pit, give me a saving throw versus paralyzation. Otherwise, you're going to have the horse land on top of you, and that's going to be bad.
Oh my god!
So I guess some people are free falling.
That is
Save
correct.
your Tom Petty jokes for next time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it is the Heartbreaker, so, you know.
Oh, Ryphon's dead.
No, he's probably going to be paralyzed.
He's under a horse. He's dead.
All right, and Hagurtha, she makes as well. All right, so both Hagurtha and you manage to like stay on top of the horses, and don't fall into the pit trap, or if you fall into the pit trap, but like the horses aren't on top of you. So Vance takes 2. Agartha takes 2. Rifon, you take, as the horse basically twists in the air and like comes down partially on your leg, take 8.
Oh,
Oh man.
And so ended the tale of Rifon Greenleaf.
Yep. That's
is Rifon unconscious?
yeah, down -3.
Rifon,
Oh,
Rifon, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. It's 1, so that's
good.
Okay, and roll a d12 for me.
Oh no. Rifon, it's been fun.
All right, so you come down really bad on your arm, and it actually, like, the bone pops out, and you are bleeding heavily out of that arm. You have 2 fatal wounds, and go ahead and make a saving throw versus death for me. Success. All right. So the limb is salvageable. So it's not like you will lose your limb, but so it's salvageable. But you are bleeding out, so that's problematic.
Put down 2 mortal wounds, 2 fatal wounds.
2 fatal wounds. So people have to get those wounds, off you, or you can die. So you
Unfortunate.
can bleed out pretty quickly. Okay. And then the 2 of you right here manage to like rear your horses up as you see your friends tumble into the pit that's there. So
You're welcome.
If
Okay.
my plan works, you're welcome.
So from there,
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh,
these
are
guys,
those berserkers or something?
they're goblins.
But
But they're like, they look like they've got a wild look in their eye. They aren't armed with anything. They're like naked, but they're like, their eyes are like red and like just, and they're like salivating and like and they're like, doing that, and they were basically like holding them restrained from within the ranks, and then like he gave the order and they like open it up and just kind of push them like towards y'all.
It's going to be
Those
less than
things
great when I
have
get down here in this pit.
those things have rabies.
They've got something. All right, so that's their actions for the round, was to release these guys and do this. You're riding up to the leader. He doesn't look all that concerned. So I'll let y'all take an action. Like, and what do y'all want to do?
Oh man.
I think you know what I'm going to do.
I don't want.
I would like to not die.
Is there any chance that I could like go back and like get in the hole and help Rifon, or no?
Yeah, that's literally something you can do.
I think it's a whole new. So like our previous movement doesn't count. So it's like you can
Right.
move, you can act, you can do all your regular crap.
Right.
Oh, how about? Then
So-
I think you know what I'm going to do.
What are you doing?
Attacking the leader.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead. You attack first.
Go ahead and make the roll.
That misses.
His armor class is not 11. So, So no, you managed to ride up and kind of whiff. He looks like he's more proficient on a horse than you. So basically, all he does is like kind of nudge his horse, and his horse nudges your horse out of the way right as you're about to swing, and you go wide. His horse is bred for battle. Your horse is bred to carry people. All right. So my next peoples.
I have a rope and a horse, so I can lower down a rope and yank somebody out in like no time. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, you can tie it off to the saddle horn and then just drop the rope in. I don't know if saddle horns actually were created now, but we're going to say they were. And you can drop the rope in.
Sure, I'll do that then.
Okay, so he drops a rope down into the pit with Hagurtha and Vance.
So, Ryan, I have Bless Rune, right?
Yep.
I also have, can I just say, like, my first level spells were literally just, 2, Cure Light Wounds and 1, what was it?
Protection from evil?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's your usual assortment, so I have no problem with that.
Can I ride over to here and, like, try to get into the pit?
Yeah, you can safely lower yourself into the pit if you want. That's fine.
And can I just start like using Cure Light Wounds to get rid of his
You can't move and cast, so you would have to cast next round.
Can I at least try to bandage up his fatal wound?
Yes, that you can do. So I will allow you to move and try to bandage. On a fatal wound, roll a d6 to try to get rid of a fatal wound. No.
4.
Still spurting blood. And I think that's everyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here as like kind of a cliffhanger. Actually, I'm sorry. We got Vance and Hagurtha. What are y'all going to do?
I guess up and out.
Up and out? Up and out? Or Hagurtha. She doesn't have to be right next to him if she doesn't want.
He's very small. It's okay.
And
protect me.
So these guys here with the gold dots, they look like honor guard. Like they have like fox pelt or lion pelts and stuff like that. So they look like they're like not your average typical soldier. And this is that big guy Lurg that you saw before. He's just like a big giant ass pale hobgoblin. So that's Lurg. That's down there. All right, so I think we're going to call it on a cliffhanger here. And then, so Ryfon's still got 2 fatal wounds. The round will be up, so we will have to roll initiative. And this is the situation that we're presented with.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
That's one way to put it.
The Hobgoblins had an entire night to plan. So when you have an entire night to plan, you can get some shit done.
It's okay. I have cunning plan.
Cunning plan. I'll
Tune
let
in
you
next time to see how we escape.
So what I'll do, just for y'all, is I will leave the game on this map. Just don't move anything. But if y'all want to come back during the week and look at it, like the player token will still be on this map, so you can look at it and plot and plan and do all that stuff that you do. So you should be pretty okay. All right?
All right, Ryan. Thanks.
All right, y'all.
All right, duders.
So I will talk to y'all next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks again, man. Take it easy,
No
everybody.
problem. Bye, everybody.
See ya.